Hey guys, Steve here with the strategy session for Thursday, August 28th. Last strategy session before the 3-day holiday weekend. And more of the same from what we've talked about. So I'm going to, again, we're going to keep this real short and simple tonight. Markets are essentially just moving sideways. There's really no volume. There's a lot of traders are pretty much done for the week. So you'll see a lot of, little movements, some slow action. So, not a lot going on. You could see here on our watch list that we have one stock that's was up over 1%. Everything else was down or up less than 1%. So we'll go through them real quick. Apple up 0.12%. Same analysis from yesterday, so please make sure you're following along day to day. But essentially, we're gonna just let this work. Keep our stop 94.29. ADM up 0.34%. Really just moving sideways. In that box area that we've been talking about, right in here. So potentially this could be another consolidation, but it looks like right now 49's holding. Our stop is still down here 46.38, but the next level I would look to bring it to would be 48, which would be the top of this gap. AMT down 0.02%, so really just moving sideways. And you can see like most of the bars this week are real short, as opposed to back in here how large the bars were. These are very small bars, so meaning that there's not a lot of action going on throughout the day. Stop on AMT still down at 92. Next level that we're going to raise it to is going to be probably this 94 level. APD touched the 50-day moving average today. I think, like I said, I think this 131 should hold. Looks like that, we're coming into that 50-day moving average. So I wouldn't want to really see it break that 50-day moving average. But for right now, our stop is still 128.65. Again, now if we can get a bounce over, say, 134.50, I think then it would probably be a safe assumption to be able to move to 131 to take some more risk off the table. Disney down 0.15, really just moving sideways since what was this, the 18th. So, again, I think a lot of stocks are just moving sideways, kind of just the weekend's coming. Nobody's looking to make a big move. EQR was unchanged for today. So again, it came down, touched this 65.80 level, which was the same as that back here from the 25th. So I think for right now, this just moves sideways into that trend line. Expedia down 0.12%, coming into the back side of this resistance. So after we broke out, now it looks like it's coming back to test. Let's see where this plays out. Maybe this holds up here. I would think we want to come back and test the trend line around 84, but for right now, stop 79.32. Fidelity is starting to come back into that box. All right, so we had this pullback that identified our stop 54.86. Now we had to move higher. So obviously the next progression would be what you would assume would be a move lower. So I think coming into the 56, where 50-day moving average and trend line support, that's probably a good place that would bounce. But for right now, 54.83 remains the stop level. GD, really just coming in. It broke out, and now it looks like maybe we're coming back to test that 121.60. Our stop is still the initial stop that we've had on the trade, 114.50. H&R Block down 0.83%. So again, broke out. All right, I think between earnings coming up next week and the holiday week, this is just probably content for right now, just to sit right in this area. I don't foresee any big price movements tomorrow, but for right now, 31.97 remains to be the stop. Love, Southwest Air, we had a nice breakout, nice continuation, but again, look at how small these bars got. Look at how tight the bars got. So it's just a slow action. It's normally what happens on holiday week. We've had a good summer as far as the run we've had. Nobody's really looking to take any unnecessary risks over the 3-day weekend. So the stocks are just going to move sideways. But in the same respect, it also tells you nobody really wants to sell them either, right? RSG. Really, what's it doing? It's just moving sideways. Okay, 37.50 is the stop. We had moved that up last week. And Tesoro, same thing. What's it doing? Right? Clean it up and you look at it. I mean, yes, it was up 1.2% today, but we're essentially just moving sideways. All right. So, like I said, not much going on. Let's take a look. Broadcom. Starting to get that breakout in Broadcom. All right. We talked about this. Looks like, we had where it almost broke out. Right. We were looking for a little bit more of a push higher, and we never got it. We got a little bit of a pullback. Now, today, if it topped out right at that previous little high back in from the 22nd and the 25th. So for that, again, good looking setup. Don't get me wrong. Potentially we break this, come up in here, 39.50. You could definitely set a stop here at 39 or 36.50 and take that trade. DPS, again, breaking out. All right. So this one, if you were to take this trade, and again, we're not taking trades just because of where we are with our portfolio. I think your stop level would want to be here at 58.42. All right, so you'd be risking $4 on a $60 stock. It's a good risk reward, and you're getting paid a 2.62% yield. Not bad. Lam Research still right below the resistance. Nvidia below the resistance. Home Depot's strong, guys. I mean, let's not take our eyes off of this. This is one of those ones that, sometimes it's really hard, but you're going to probably watch it and it's going to continue going up and it's never going to probably set up the way we want it to set up. So sometimes these are the types that you kind of just have to hold your nose and buy a little, and just be prepared for it to come back. That's not how we trade. So, unfortunately, I wish we were able to get into Home Depot back down here. I wish we have identified it then, because for right now, you have a 10% gain from where that broke out to where it is today. Weekly chart looks unbelievably strong. All right, you're basically doing, again, if you had Bollinger Bands on here, which is another advanced thing that you don't really need to know, basically measures the volatility of a stock. So this was something that was squeezing. The Bollinger Bands were squeezing, and now probably they're expanding, and we're trading well outside the Bollinger Bands, which is a sign of a very strong stock. But on the weekly, that's always a good sign that can generate some significant returns. So hopefully Home Depot sets up for us. HCP, another one breaking out. Take that trade, put your stop right here below 40.50, and see what happens. MCK, just really consolidating still. APC, right under support, and Kroger, kind of breaking out, almost. So, you can see we're pretty mixed. The nice thing that I like to always look at is the stocks, even though we're not in them, but the stocks that are in our watch list are still performing very well. So that's always a good sign for me. Unfortunately, you can't take every trade. I wish we could. If we could, we would definitely be entering DPS at the open for tomorrow. But we can't. We're not going to. Just because, as everybody knows, money is limited, and funds are limited, and they're pretty much tied up at this point. So that's really it for tonight. You guys have a great Friday. We'll be sending out the replay, and I'm also going to send out tomorrow night a recap that'll be posted on the blog this will be the end of our August trading month, our first full month of trading, and I have to say I'm very pleased with the results. So that'll be posted on the blog as well. And then we'll have the weekend update, and schedule is going to be a little off this week just because for those of you who are not in the U.S., Monday is a holiday for us, so the markets will be closed. I'm still going to try and stick to the same schedule as far as when the videos are posted, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Have a great Friday, have a great 3-day weekend, and we'll catch up with you on Tuesday. Have a great night, guys.